Hey everybody, it's Sensei Mike at Kaizen Academy of Martial Arts. Today we're going to be going over cycle number 1 in the orange, green, and purple belt level, and that cycle includes the form NIDAN. So this is a great cycle that's going over a lot of new hand techniques as far as blocks and strikes. We're going to be working on that side kick, which is something we're always developing to get that perfect side kick as an orange, green, and purple belt, and then diving into our curriculum form, which is NIDAN. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. So one of the first things that we're going to be working on is a new strike, or a new way to do our strike that we know, which is our hammer fist. Now we're going to be going over 3 different hammer fist strikes. Okay? 2 of them are going to be in your form NIDAN, so you're going to really master 2 of them, but I want to go over the 3rd one because it is an awesome tool for self-defense as well. So the hammer fist strike, remember, is anytime we're swinging out and we're hitting with the pinky side, all right, of the fist. All right, slamming down, hitting here. We're not hitting with the back of the fist or the knuckles like when we're punching. We are swinging and striking, hitting with the meaty part of the hand underneath the pinky. Now, depending on which direction you're going, that's the name of the hammer fist, so really easy to figure out. So we have the inside hammer fist, which is what we did in Shodan. So the inside hammer fist would be if that hammer fist is starting at the ear, striking into the center line, either going low to the ribs like when we did it in Shodan, or striking high to the jaw. Now that's the inside hammer fist. The outside hammer fist is opposite of that. That would be done with my front arm, where I'm folding it across my body, up towards the top, squeezing that hand and striking out and across, hitting sideways with the hammer. Typically this one is done to the jaw, but you can strike lower to the stomach or below the belt. The last hammer fist is a very powerful one, and that is a downward hammer fist. Okay, it's super simple. We bring it up over the head, we squeeze, and we're striking straight down, leading with the elbow, aiming with that elbow first, and then striking down and through our target. Now, the next upper body techniques that you're going to be working on are 2 new types of blocks. Okay, we are doing what's called a middle block and a reinforced middle block. So a middle block starts low, just like you were going to throw a high block with the bottom hand, except now I'm bringing that fist from my shoulder up and across and out, stopping right in front of the other shoulder, blocking my face and the center line of my body. This would be if somebody was reaching in trying to grab or punch you in the face, a straight-on technique, where I'm bringing that arm up and rolling it and striking that attack and moving it just enough so that I change the trajectory to the side and it misses me. So the bottom hand will come up, the fist stays in towards me, and I swing it and I stop it right here. Okay, it's called that middle block. Think you're stopping it close to the middle of your body, not so much in the middle, but here we're not going to the outside. We're folding and bringing it up and around. Make sure that your middle block covers your face. Okay, that strike is coming at the nose, and if I just bring my arm up, that's not going to work. I got to circle that thing from one side to the other so that I hit the strike, and I move it off to the side so that it goes past me. Now a reinforced middle block does the same thing, except now I'm bringing the arm from the bottom. The other hand that's chambered, that's not blocking, is going to connect at the elbow, like I'm making a fist right above the elbow here in my forearm. This is to add some more push, okay, some more power for a stronger block. So I bring it from the side, and again, I come up to block the face, but the other hand is now reinforcing it by pushing. Just like if something's pushing in, I want to take this arm and push back. So now I got 2 arms working for twice the power. I fold underneath, and I come across. I fold underneath, and I come across with both arms, making sure that elbow is up, not down, to help reinforce that power. Now, one of the last new blocks that you're working on is called a square block. This is a great block that helps you when something's attacking you at the head level because it's covering a lot of areas. It's almost like putting on a helmet. So from your back stance, you'll work on this in NIDAN. The square block starts from what we call a covered chamber. That means a chamber with the other hand is covering it. Now that my arms are way back here, I'm going to pull them up and across to the side. My front arm does an outward block where I'm turning that hand closed, almost like a shudo, except my hand stays closed, and is protecting the front of my head. The other hand is going to come up and block over my head. See how I'm making a square right here? And I'm protecting a lot of my head. It's like putting a shield around me. So I do my covered chamber, chamber hand, other hand covers it, and I bring my blocks up and I lock them off to the side. If I was to do the other side, I always cover chamber behind me, like I'm hiding my hands from the bad guy. They throw the attack to my head, and I bring my arms up to make that square. Closed, both hands nice and strong. Now let's talk about that side kick. Again, we're going to be working side kicks in orange, green, and purple belt level because it is such an important kick of the martial arts. Number one, a lot of moving parts to it, very hard to make perfect. So we're going to keep on practicing to make it the best that we can. And number two, it is one of the strongest basic kicks you'll know how to throw. So when it comes to self-defense or, just slamming that heavy bag around, this is the kick that you want to throw. It's going to be one of your most powerful if you do it correctly. So we'll do a quick review over the side kick. Now, when you throw your side kick, first thing that we're going to do is bring our knee and we're pulling it back across our stomach. Okay, this time we're not folding our leg. We're not just bending at the knee. We're actually compressing that whole leg and driving it in and back across the stomach as I lift my heel up to my target. Now, one of the big things that's going to help you do that easier is pivoting downstairs. I need to get my hips completely sideways. So as I pull this knee back, that's going to help me turn my pivot and bring my knee across. So I pivot and chamber here. So I pull it back as far as I can. From the side, I take that chamber. I'm going to step back so you can see that pivot. I'm going to pull the knee across my belly. I pivot to help turn my hips and drive that knee backwards. Here. Nice and tight. Coil it in like a snake about to strike. 1. Now from that position, my heel is pointed forward, my toes are sideways. They're going to stay sideways as I strike straight out. I'm pushing. That's what makes this kick so strong, is using a lot more muscle because you're pushing with the entire leg instead of just snapping out from the knee like a round kick or a front kick. So I chamber and I pivot, and now I'm going to push that leg out, striking with the heel before I rechamber and put it back. Okay, think of this like a punch that is locking out. You're pulling it all the way back for maximum power and striking out, holding it. It's all that straight force locking into your target. Another way I like to describe the side kick is it's like a bow and arrow. Think if you had an arrow and you wanted to make that thing shoot fast and strong, you pull it back as far as you can. Once it's pulled back all the way, all that tension is there, you release, and it shoots straight out into the target. So from the side, I chamber and pivot downstairs. I lock that heel out. I pull the leg back in, and down I go. All right, guys, now that we've got the basics out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the big chunk of the curriculum, which is our new form, NIDAN. This is the second form in that Heian series. Let's go through it. Kata NIDAN. We start off just like we do a Shodan in every other Heian form. We go to our attention stance, our feet come apart, and we bow forward. From here, I'm going to step out with that left foot, cross those arms, position, Kata NIDAN. Now, I'm going to take that left foot, I'm going to adjust over just a little bit, take that left foot off to the side, and I'm going to hit a back stance as I pull those hands to that covered chamber on the right. Since my attacker is coming from the left, I step out, covered chamber behind me, I hit that square block to the side to protect my head. Top arm, the high block, is going to go in and do that hammer fist strike to the ribs like I did in Shodan. The inside hammer, I swing in. And as I do the inside hammer, the other hand is going to pull back. So from here, top hand goes under the other arm so I can strike to the rib. Now this arm is folded and ready to strike outward hammer. I chamber back the other arm. I'm going to turn my stance and I pull my cover chamber to this side so I can do the same moves over to my right. Square block out, taking the top hand, folding under to strike that hammer, taking the arm that's on top now folded, and striking out with the hammer. Right side is out in front of me. I'm going to slide the right foot back as I turn and pull the right hand to my cover chamber. So I'm on the left side here. My body is turned to the side because now I have an attacker coming behind me, or what was behind me. Now it's to the side. So I pull my body back, I look to the side, I chamber and pivot, lock my side kick out, rechamber. Now this is important for your timing. Try and throw your hands back as you're rechambering so you can land right into your Shudo position. I'm in my back stance when I land, right into the shudo. So one more time from that side hammer. I slide the right side in. I look, chamber pivot, lock that side kick, reach, and land into my shudo. I'm going to do 3 shudos moving forward. There's 1, step forward, right side 2, step forward, left side 3. The final move going forward, I take my top hand, my front hand, I'm pushing down, doing a quick little push down block. My right hand comes up as I step my right foot forward into a front stance, and I spear to the throat. So open hand, shooting straight in, push down, and spear. Now, I do that cross behind with my left foot. I'm going to throw my left hand to the top. As I cross, turn, now I'm facing towards my left side and shudo block. I step to the right corner, up towards here, right side shudo block to the corner. Bring that right foot back, and now I go to my right side shudo, stepping with the left side. So it's like the end of Shodan, except now I'm doing it facing the opposite direction. My left foot is going to adjust over into a front stance. As I do that, right hand pulls back, and I throw a back punch. I'm going to roll that middle block that we were talking about in the beginning of the video. So from the side so you can see it, I punch with the back arm, and I roll from underneath to hit the middle block. From here, my back leg is going to do a thrust front kick. Keep my toes up, and I push the bad guy away and land into a front stance with that kick. Now I've got my left side back to punch and roll that middle block. I throw the kick with my left foot. I land again into a front stance. One more time on the right side. I punch and I block. Now I'm going to step forward with my right foot. I bring my right hand down, connect at the elbow with the left hand, and out to that right side reinforced middle block. From that reinforced middle block, I'm going to fold the left hand on top, cross the left foot behind like I do to get myself turning, and I'm going to turn all the way and out to a front stance, and I'm throwing a low block. Think like the beginning of Shodan, stepping out with the left side, throwing that low block. Same hand is going to come up for an open hand high block as I step immediately into a closed hand high block. So one more time, the left side goes low, open hand, closed hand. My right side goes on top, so my right leg can turn my body. Low block, open hand, step, closed hand. Left foot goes back position, and I bow. So I'm going to do this form from the back. So now follow along with me. Okay, the first time I know it might be a little difficult, but I'm just kind of showing the techniques. You can hear the commands, so left and right, so you can practice with the first view. But this view is going to be a little bit different. Now you can actually follow along with me, hopefully a little bit easier. So here we go. From the back side, I'm going to start off NIDAN. And my attention, feet apart, bow. I step out position. Here we go. I'm turning to the left side first. I step left foot out to a back stance, cover on the right. Square block to the left. Top hand goes under for the hammer. Now my left hand strikes out for the side hammer. I pivot my stance, cover on the left side, square block to the right, top hand goes under, right hand goes out. I pull the right side in as I cover chamber to the left. I'm looking over my right shoulder, kicking to the side, side kick, re-chamber, and landing into my shudo block. There's the first of 3. I step forward right side, left side. Now I push down with the left hand and spear with the right. By the way, this is your first hiya. Now I step with the left foot behind. Left hand comes to the top so I can turn and immediately go to my back stance to the left side and shudo. Right side steps up to the corner, shudo. Throw that right foot back to the other side, shudo on the right, shudo with the left. Now my left side is going back. I'm stepping out to a front stance, pulling that right hand back and back punching. folding underneath and rolling into the middle block. I throw my push front kick, punching now with the left, blocking with the left, and kicking with the left. One more punch and block on the right side. I bring the right hand down to connect as I step through and reinforce middle block. Hiya! Here's your second yell. Left hand goes on top, left foot twists behind. I'm back facing forward, turn to the side, low block, open hand, closed hand high blocks. Right hand goes on top, turn to the right side, low block, open hand, closed hand. Step back with the left foot position, and you bow. All right, everybody, so that is the end of Cycle 1 review with our form NIDAN. I hope you guys found this video very useful. Make sure you're practicing at home with it, but don't forget, come to classes to learn the majority of it. I know learning the forms right off of the video is very hard, so make sure you're learning the form with your instructor and then using this video to review anything that you might have forgot or just to get a little bit more details at home. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you at the studio. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And remember, it's not about perfection. It's about continuous improvement.